Welcome to Designing Spaces, Kids Spaces, the show that's all about you and your space, your home and surroundings, and how they relate to your kids. I'm Debbie Marie. Today, we are gearing up for the warmer weather. Think road trips and destinations, all kid-friendly, of course. We'll visit one southern city where visitors are finding an attitude and atmosphere ideal for unwinding. If you plan on driving there, maybe you should have the family vehicle in tip-top shape. What do you really know about the oil in your car? We'll find out today. We take them for granted, but there's more than meets the eye. I'm talking about the hoses we use around the house. You know, for washing the car, watering the yard, or having the kids and pets play in the spray. We get with an expert who will show us how not all household hoses are the same. So stick around and see it all right here on Kids Spaces. Often taken for granted, the oil in your vehicle is its lifeblood and can have a major influence on safe operation and efficiency. Kids Spaces met up with some experts to learn about the importance of motor oil. Here's Rhonda Castagna with the story.
Whether you're planning a road trip or just driving the kids around town, you want your car to function at its best. So when was the last time you changed the oil? How do you know when it's time for another oil change? What do you really know about the oil in your car and how it affects your car's efficiency and safety? We got together with Brittany Force to better understand motor oil, the lifeblood of your vehicle's engine. Wow, Brittany, I'm impressed. You definitely know your way underneath this hood of the car. So what do you do?
I drive the Castrol Edge top-fuel dragster. It goes about 330 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds.
All right, you know how to drive a car, so you're probably a good person to ask this question. What can really happen if you don't change your motor vehicle's oil?
Changing your oil at recommended intervals is critical to ensure long engine life. It helps protect the engine from wear and deposits. Excessive wear and deposits may cause poor engine performance and ultimately engine failure.
Now, I think a lot of people know that it helps to run your engine more smoothly, but how often do you need to change your motor oil?
You should be changing your oil at intervals no longer than those recommended by your owner's manual. It's better to change it sooner rather than later. Also, you want to remember to change your oil filter with every oil change.
Now, I've seen different types of oil. I've seen ones that say conventional. I've seen high mileage. I think there's a full synthetic, part synthetic. Can be kind of confusing for people. So what does all of that mean and what are the differences?
The key differences are the ingredients used in each oil type. In general, performance and protection improves as we go from conventional to full synthetics.
So full synthetic would be the top.
Yes.
And then what are the differences between those types? I know some of them have numbers on them.
The numbers on the bottles are the viscosity numbers, like 5W20 or 5W30. Make sure this matches what is listed in your owner's manual.
But how do I know how to select the proper motor oil and filter for my car?
It is critical to always reference your owner's manual for the oil grade and filter type. Be aware that your vehicle may have a specific recommendation beyond industry standards, such as specific approvals from the car manufacturer.
Well, I'm actually one of those people that has read their owner's manual, and I did see a section on checking your oil. So how do you do that?
Okay, the first two things you want to begin with are you want your car on level ground and you want your motor off for at least 10 minutes. Then the first step is you're going to pull the dipstick out and wipe it with a rag. Then you're going to go ahead and reinsert the dipstick. When you pull it out the second time, you want to check the level. If the level is at or below the quart line, then add the proper amount of oil. After 1 minute, recheck the oil level.
All right, Brittany, if I decide to be brave and I want to try to do this on my own, what do I need to change my motor oil?
Okay, the first thing to remember with all automotive maintenance is safety always comes first. You will need to check your owner's manual for proper viscosity number, filter type, and the amount of oil you will need. On average, it's about 5 quarts. To drain the oil, you're going to need a drain plug socket wrench. If you don't have that on hand, an open-end wrench will do just fine.
Okay.
You're also going to need an oil filter wrench to take off the old filter and put on the new one. Of course, you're going to want a large drain pan that holds all the used oil.
Right.
It's also helpful if you have rags and spill mats on hand.
Definitely need that.
You're also going to want hand cleaning solution and gloves. The last few things you'll need are a funnel, safety glasses are always important, and a container to pour all that used oil into for recycling.
Oh, that's it. All right, I got this.
In order to safely show you an oil change, we are at a mechanic shop. There are 6 steps to changing your oil. Step 1, choose your oil. Step 2, safely prepare your vehicle. Step 3, drain the old oil. Step 4, remove the oil filter. Step 5, replace the oil filter. Step 6, add clean oil.
So the last thing you mentioned was it's important to recycle motor oil. So how do I go about doing that?
Disposal of the old motor oil is the last step in the oil change process. Used oil should be placed in a sealed container and be recycled in line with your local laws. You could bring your used oil to a participating retailer that sells oil, or you can look on the internet at your town website for recycling centers.
Wow, all right. It sounds like it's not that hard to do, and I feel like I've learned a lot now about motor oil and keeping up with my engine. But where can we find out more information?
For more information and videos, visit castrol.com/US.
All right, well, thank you so much for
you.
your great advice today, Brittany.
Thank you.
And we'll also put a link to that website on our website at designingspaces.tv. And there you can review any part of the show again just by clicking on the video. Helping to keep you and your family safe for Kids Spaces, I'm Rhonda Castagna.
Well, we are out of time, and as usual, there is so much more we can get into here on Kids Spaces, but that will have to wait until another show. I'm Debbie Marie. Thanks for spending time with me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.